love what we doing, they nowhere around. Started from the ground, always gotta hold it down. Now they think they got it, cause they sign up on a data. But there's only so much money in the year that is allotted. Plus you probably don't even know how it is divided.
What's up, people of YouTube? This is True Warlord here, bringing you guys another video to my channel. You're going to see some Infinite Warfare gameplay in the background, and we are going to be talking about Infinite Warfare, as you can see from the title. And I just have to say that Infinite Warfare has already gotten me bored. I'm already bored from Infinite Warfare. It's kind of upsetting to think about because from the very start that I heard about Infinite Warfare, I was immediately turned off to the fact, like a lot of people were. I was instantly like, oh god, this is going to be awful. Not only is it another boosty game, and it's even farther in the future. That was what upset me the most. It was farther in the future. But not only was it farther in the future, but it was made by Infinity Ward. And Infinity Ward made Call of Duty Ghosts. And whether people really want to accept it or not, there's a lot of things in this game that resemble Ghosts. A lot of the random little bullshit perks, the bullshit lethals. There's things that happen in this game. There's a lot of issues with lag compensation. I don't remember if you know how melty Call of Duty Ghosts was. A lot of that was more related to time to kill. I don't think that this is so much time to kill as it is something to do with lag and lag compensation and all that stuff, because I'm not melting people super fast, but I'm being melted fast. So that's really, really frustrating, and that's something that can be fixed, I feel like, pretty easily. It's kind of gotten better since the beta started, but as of right now, that's a really, really big detriment to the game and how much I enjoy it. So when I mean I'm already bored of Infinite Warfare, it lacks a couple of things. I know it's a beta, but I'm pretty sure that what we see is what we're getting. Aside from maybe some more classic weapons, what we see is what we're getting. So the game is shipping with 5 assault rifles, guys. More than likely. 5 assault rifles. Saying it just enrages me. It makes me so upset, and it shouldn't, I guess, but it does. There's only 5 assault rifles in the game. I think there might be 5 or 6 SMGs. If you go back to Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 even, there are 8, 9 assault rifles, most cases. 7 SMGs, 6, 7 SMGs, something like that. 4, 5 sniper rifles, shotguns, LMGs. Those have all pretty much stayed the same. But they think that because, I'll tell you why they're decreasing the amount of guns in the game. I'm going to cover this really quick. First of all, they're going to release more guns after launch. And that's not a valid excuse, because you could say, well, then you are going to get all the guns you want. But you're not. You're not going to get them all, because they're probably going to be in supply drops for one. Okay, I doubt they're going to implement a way for you to just earn them like they have with salvage right now, which is another topic I want to cover. But they're going to be through supply drops, and even if you were to get every single gun in the game, you don't get every single gun in the game from day one. You get it from 2 months into the game, 4 months into the game, 5 months into the game. It gives you less time to enjoy the gun or to use it or to do whatever you want with it than you had otherwise. And that's not okay to me. That's just not. That's poor development, and I don't like it. Now, it is no secret to me or to my friends or to probably some of you guys who watch my videos regularly, I do not like Infinity Ward style games. They have improved this year for the most part, I will say that. I feel like they took a note out of Treyarch's book, and they did it well for the most part. They copied the movement style, which I know a lot of people want boots on the ground. I wouldn't mind boots on the ground, but the way that I look at it is it has been so fast-paced the last few years. I would never want another Advanced Warfare. I don't want Advanced Warfare that movement to be in another Call of Duty game, but I would be perfectly fine if they kept Black Ops 3's movement forever. If that was the way it stayed, so be it. But this game copied Black Ops 3's movement, which is fine, but it's not as good. If you were to take them in comparison and say Black Ops 3's movement at best is a 9, then I would say this is like a 7.5. It's not awful. It's somewhat smooth, but it does feel a little bit clunky, and I don't really like it. I don't feel like I can control where I want to go, sliding, boosting, whatever, as well as I could before, and that's kind of an issue for me. Map design, I feel like they did really well for the most part. This map right here in particular, I like quite a bit. Frost, when I first started playing it, I was not a huge fan of, but it's kind of grown on me. Frontier is an awful map. I hate the map a lot. I don't think that should be a map ever. I really don't ever want to see that map again. I don't want to play it. It's too small. Hallway should not be in Call of Duty. That's all that map is just hallways, and I do not like it. I feel like a lot of people would agree with me on that. Next up, Terminal, I feel like it plays basically the same way it did in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, but with the boosting, it's a little bit different, and I gotta say I don't like it as much. I definitely find myself getting killed for more bullshit reasons. I don't think that's necessarily a map issue as much as it is a design and development issue on Infinity Ward's side. But that's kind of an issue right there. And then the other map, Precinct, I actually like that map quite a bit. I tend to do pretty well on it. I will say that does feel like more of an Infinity Ward style map. It's got some more randomness added to it. It's not so 3-lane, in my opinion. It's kind of rounded, so I guess you could say it's 3-lane with the middle, that big street where the gas station is, and then on the complete other side where literally nobody goes unless they're spawning there. I do like that map, but it is more of a Infinity Ward style map. So, aside from those things right there, that kind of already puts the game kind of down a little bit, in my opinion. The movement's not as good. There's not very many guns in the game. It's super weird lag compensation stuff that I can't stand. The next thing I want to talk about is rigs. I want to talk about rigs a little bit. I feel like, first of all, a lot of them you earn way too fast. I could get, in a TDM, I could get 2 to 3 of the Synaptic dual-wield machine gun things that you're seeing on screen right now. I can get those, if I'm doing really well, I could get those about 3 times a game, at least 2. I don't think it should be that way. In Team Deathmatch, you should only be able to get that 1 time, and if you are absolutely ridiculously good, 2 times. Because I could get those, and I could easily go on a 5 or 6 streak 80% of the time, and I just don't think that's okay. I think that's a very melty tool, and that's not even the best one. The Eraser is one of the ones that you can really destroy people with. So I feel like those are things that need to change, as well as the Claw. I think you can earn the Claw even faster. The rigs in general are just kind of frustrating. I think that they're cheap in a lot of ways. There are some traits that I think should change. I would rather them not be in the game at all, but more than likely that's not going to happen. And one of them would be being able to reload or refill your health on a kill. I think that's actually a weapon trait. But traits in general, I'm gonna talk about. So being able to kill somebody and refill a portion of your health. What else here? Being able to put a enemy at the point of not being able to regen health for 5 seconds after you shoot them if they get away from you or kill you. I don't think that's okay. I think that should stop. Marking enemies on the minimap when you shoot them. That's also kind of messed up. I can understand that one a little bit more, just because a lot of the time in a gunfight they're gonna fire at you and they'll probably show up on the map anyway. I don't have a list in front of me, but there is a lot of traits, guys, that are just absolute cheese. Like the one where your screen lights up yellow when somebody's looking at you from off screen and you can't see them. That's really, really dumb. I don't think that should be in the game at all. Not a fan of that. They should definitely do something about that. I know that 6th Sense was in Black Ops 3, but you had to use your minimap to be able to use 6th Sense. There was a delay there. There was a difference. You know, being able to look at your minimap, tell that was lighting up, and then turn around to find the person before you were killed is a little bit different than just your giant ass screen lighting up yellow and instantly knowing where somebody's at. It's just, it took a little more skill to use 6th Sense, in my opinion. So now the next thing I want to talk about are the weapon variants. Personally, I don't mind the way that they did weapon variants, but I feel like they did a really, 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 really dumbed down version of weapon variants in this game, honestly. Almost to the point where I don't really like them. Some of them, the traits are absolutely ridiculous. You can do extremely well with them, like infinite damage range, the nuke thing, being able to stack your long barrel on top of having increased damage range, being able to refill your health after kills, things like that. But I feel like Advanced Warfare honestly did it better. And the reason why I say that is because, one, I was excited to get a variant. I'm not that excited to get a variant in this game. As of right now, variants don't excite me that much. Also, they had negatives. These guns are purely based on positives. When I get a kill with something, everything that was on that gun was a positive thing that helped me get that kill. There's nothing about one of those guns that's like, okay, well, I have extra damage range, but I have increased recoil, or I have faster fire rate, but less damage. You know, nothing really balances out, in my opinion, and I know that Advanced Warfare was flawed because there were so many variants and only a few of them were good. I think that's a lot of what the issue was with Advanced Warfare, and I feel like it should be tweaked a little more. There was 2 to 3 dominant variants in the entire game, and if you're going to do variants, I think it should be a version of Advanced Warfare's, but slightly better, also allowing a way to earn them. Now, moving into the topic of earning your variants, also another problem in this game. They don't make it real clear how to earn salvage. and you earn salvage pretty slow. Now, I've watched a lot of videos talking about reviews on Infinite Warfare as of right now. The game hasn't come out. I know it's a beta. And a lot of people say that they don't like the way that salvage works. It takes too long to get the gun. Okay, I can get behind Infinity Ward wanting it to take a long time to get the variants. But first of all, I don't think the variants right now, as they stand, are good enough to take 3,500 salvage to earn. I also don't know how to earn salvage very clearly, so that's a problem. And also, in the beta, it is increased to earn keys and salvage faster. So we're earning at double the rate, and it's still going to take us literally both weekends of the beta to get one of those really, really good variants, unless you were able to get it out of a supply drop. I feel like this is going to be an issue. They need to make it more clear how to earn it, and they might need to drop the amount of salvage it takes to get the highest one, which is like 3,500 or 3,600 or something like that. Those are the problems that I'm currently seeing with the game. I don't think that there are things that are just going to be able to be fixed. I feel like this is going to be a year that we are going to have to ride out and deal with, and I'm really upset about that. I'm sad that we have another Call of Duty game that is going to be a tough one. Now, the first thing I would like to say before, or the last thing I would like to say before I end this video, is if you guys are on the fence about this game, if you love Call of Duty and you've been playing it religiously, or even if you're somebody who stopped playing in Advanced Warfare because you didn't like the way it felt, take my advice, all right, and buy the game and sit through it. Play it, get good at it, and I guarantee you by halfway through the game's life cycle, which I know sounds awful, but halfway through the game's life cycle, or by the end of the game, you will have a newfound respect for the game. You will like the game more than you did when it released. And that's only going to help you going into future Call of Duty games. If you miss being able to play Call of Duty is still Call of Duty, whether you believe it or not. If it has booster packs, if it has gun variants, it's still Call of Duty. It still feels like Call of Duty 4. When you are playing it, it is still the same formula that they have used for years and years. You just have to sit through the bullshit, get good at the game, and then you can continue to play it. You will still get that satisfaction when you do drop streaks. You will still get that satisfaction when you do get crazy amount of kills or kill feeds, or maybe you like sniping. You can still do those things. It's there. But they're trying to cater to a younger audience. The older people have grown up and have moved out of it. They're not teenagers anymore. They're not really in their young 20s. They're, mid 20s. They have a family, job. They aren't playing as much. So in order to keep the business going, they had to cater to a smaller, younger audience. And what's going to attract them? Do you think that classic war style stuff is going to attract the audience of 2010, 2014, like up in that area? It's not. It's just not. It wasn't going to work because there was already so many games like that out there. And so that's why Call of Duty is the way it is now. Now, if you guys want my honest opinion, I don't think that they're ever going to fully return to classic boots-on-the-ground Call of Duty. It's either going to be some weird variant system of Black Ops 3's movement, or what I personally hope for, if they are going to change it, it would be something where you don't have thrusters, but your movement is as fast as it is in Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare. That's what I have to tell you guys in terms of Call of Duty. Don't give up on the game, on the series, just because this game off the bat is not the one you want to play. I'm still going to sit through it. I'm still going to play it all year long. I'm going to get good at it. I'm going to know what guns I like. And then when I go into the next game, regardless of what it is, I'm going to still have that Call of Duty talent. Because if you sit back and you wait, and you let that skill fade, you don't have it the next year. Call of Duty is a skill that you have to keep practicing, that you have to hone, you have to keep playing to keep that skill there. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. We have some coupons down below in the description, or some discount codes. Use EndFam for 10% off of Fatal Grips. They're pretty cool. I'm going to do a review of some Fatal Grips on my channel fairly soon, within like 3 weeks probably, somewhere like that. We also have a link down there for some apparel for Nova, if you guys are interested in that. Anyways, guys, deuces.